I've spent a lot of time in places most people never see. Places that are loud, dirty, and absolutely essential to the way we live. Warehouses are high on that list. For years, these massive buildings were filled with people. People lifting boxes, driving forklifts, and making sure the things you buy online get from a shelf to your front door. It's hard, honest work. The kind of work that builds character and pays the bills. But things are changing, and they're changing fast. The hum of human activity is slowly being replaced by the whirring and beeping of machines. It's a revolution happening in plain sight, inside these giant metal boxes that dot the landscape. The modern warehouse is a different beast altogether. It's no longer just about strong backs and quick hands. Today, it's about technology. It's about efficiency pushed to the absolute limit. Think about the last thing you ordered with a single click. That simple action set off a complex chain of events inside a warehouse, and increasingly, robots are the ones doing the heavy lifting. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's the reality for millions of workers who are watching their workplaces transform right before their eyes. The question on everyone's mind is a simple one, but the answer is anything but, what does this mean for the people who do the jobs? This shift isn't just about a few new gadgets, it's a fundamental change in how work gets done. For decades, the formula was simple. More orders meant more jobs. When a company grew, it hired more people to pack boxes and load trucks. That logic is being turned on its head. Now, when a company wants to handle more orders, it often looks to install more robots. This automation promises incredible speed and precision, things that are hard for a human to match over a long shift. It's a trend that's reshaping one of America's most important industries. And we need to talk about what that means for the folks on the ground. Let's be clear. Warehouses aren't going away. In fact, we need them more than ever. Our demand for instant gratification, for two-day or even same-day shipping, is what's fueling this whole thing. We want our stuff, and we want it now. To meet that demand, companies are investing billions in automation. They say it's about progress and efficiency. But for the men and women whose jobs are on the line, it feels a lot more complicated than that. They see the robots rolling in, and they have to wonder if they're being replaced. It's a story of progress. But it's also a story of uncertainty for the people who keep the country moving. The numbers don't lie, and lately they've been telling a tough story. For the first time in a long time, the number of warehouse jobs is actually going down. We saw a huge boom for years, especially as online shopping exploded. But recently we've seen hundreds of thousands of those jobs disappear. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the warehousing and storage sector shed jobs for much of the past year. This isn't because people stopped buying things, it's because the work is being done differently. The efficiency gains from automation are starting to show up in the employment figures, and it's a trend that has a lot of hardworking folks worried about their future. You don't have to look far to see this in action. Take Amazon, the biggest player in the game. They've been a leader in using robots for years. They have hundreds of thousands of robotic drive units zipping around their fulfillment centers, bringing shelves of products directly to human workers. These aren't the walking, talking robots you see in movies. They are short, powerful machines that slide under a shelving unit, lift it, and carry it across the warehouse floor. This means a worker doesn't have to walk 10 miles a day anymore. But it also means that the warehouse needs a different kind of worker, and maybe fewer of them to move the same amount of product. Walmart is another giant that's betting big on automation. They're rolling out systems in their distribution centers that can unload and sort items from trucks automatically. They use complex networks of conveyor belts and scanners that can process thousands of boxes an hour, far more than a team of people could. This technology is incredibly impressive. It can read labels, weigh packages, and route them to the right loading dock with mind-boggling speed. The goal is to get products onto store shelves faster than ever. But every box a machine sorts is one less box a person has to handle. And that's the reality workers are facing. These technologies are just the beginning. We're seeing companies experiment with robotic arms that can pick individual items from a bin, a task that has always required human dexterity. There are autonomous forklifts, drones for inventory counting, and wearable scanners that track a worker's every move to maximize efficiency. Each piece of technology is designed to solve a problem, to make the process faster, cheaper, and more reliable. But as these systems get smarter and more capable, they start to take over tasks that were once the exclusive domain of human workers. It's a technological wave, and it's washing over the warehouse floor. If you talk to an executive at one of these big companies, you'll hear a lot of optimism about automation. From their perspective, it's all about staying competitive. They'll tell you that robots don't get tired, they don't get injured, and they make fewer mistakes. In a business where every second and every penny counts, that's a powerful argument. They see automation as the key to meeting customer demand for faster shipping and lower prices. For them, investing in robotics is just smart business. It's about building the warehouse of the future, a place that is more productive and efficient than ever before. Now, go down to the warehouse floor and talk to the people working alongside these machines. You'll hear a different story. It's a mix of hope and fear. On one hand, some workers will tell you they appreciate the robots. The machines are doing the back-breaking work, like lifting heavy totes or walking for miles. This can lead to fewer injuries and a less physically demanding day. Some workers are even being trained for new roles, learning how to maintain the robots or manage the automated systems. They see a path forward, a way to adapt and gain new skills in this changing environment. But there's a more negative side to this story, and you hear it a lot. Many workers feel like they are being pushed harder than ever. They aren't just working with robots. They are often working for robots. The pace is relentless, set by an algorithm that's designed to squeeze every last drop of productivity out of the system. Workers are tracked, timed, and measured constantly. This can create a high-stress environment where people feel like they are just another cog in a giant machine, one that could be replaced at any moment. The fear of being made redundant is always there, hanging in the air. This creates a fundamental tension. The goals of management and the experience of the workers can be miles apart. While executives are looking at spreadsheets showing increased output and lower labor costs, workers are dealing with the daily reality of a faster, more demanding job. They worry that they are training their own replacements. They see the company investing billions in new machines while their own wages and job security feel uncertain. It's the classic struggle between efficiency and humanity, and it's playing out right now in warehouses all across the country. So, what does the future hold for the warehouse worker? Let's be honest, some jobs are definitely at risk. The tasks that are most repetitive, predictable, and physically demanding are the easiest to automate. Jobs that involve simple sorting, packing standard-sized boxes, or moving pallets from one place to another are prime candidates for being taken over by machines. As the technology gets better and cheaper, we'll likely see fewer people doing this kind of routine manual labor. It's the simple, hard truth of progress. Technology has always replaced certain types of jobs, and this time is no different. However, it's a mistake to think that all warehouse jobs are going to disappear overnight. Far from it. For the foreseeable future, there will still be a critical need for people. Why? Because people are adaptable. We can think critically and solve problems in ways that robots still can't. Tasks that require fine motor skills, like handling delicate or oddly shaped items, are still very difficult for machines. More importantly, roles that involve maintenance, troubleshooting, and managing the automated systems themselves will become even more crucial. Someone has to fix the robots when they break down. The jobs that will be most valuable in the warehouse of the future will be the ones that require a human touch. We'll need technicians who understand robotics and computer systems. We'll need logistics experts who can oversee the entire complex operation and make smart decisions when things go wrong. And we'll still need people for tasks that require judgment and dexterity. Think about returning a damaged item or packing a fragile gift. These situations often require a level of care and common sense that is, for now, uniquely human. The workforce will need to evolve with a greater emphasis on technical skills. In the end, the story of the modern warehouse is a story of change. It's not as simple as robots are taking all the jobs. It's more nuanced than that. Automation is changing the nature of the work itself. It's making some jobs obsolete while creating new ones. It can make work safer and more efficient, but it can also create a more stressful and uncertain environment. The challenge for all of us, for companies, for workers, and for the country, is to manage this transition thoughtfully. We need to invest in training people for the jobs of tomorrow, ensuring that progress doesn't leave a lot of hardworking folks behind. The work is changing, but the need for skilled people who aren't afraid to get their hands dirty will never truly go away.